There we go. Hello, I am the game Designer. I'm here to play more Opus Magnum after a bit of a break. I think I may have forgotten how to stream. This feels weird suddenly. Oh well, time to explosive file. Actually, oh right, I felt like I was forgetting something before stream. I just remembered why I was forgetting. It's that I have like a bunch of solutions that I improved since last time. I don't think I'll go through showing them all, but I can at least show one of them, this little stamina potion solve I have. Yeah, I have gifts of all of them, but I forgot to, like, actually set up the stream so I could capture those gifts on the stream. Oh well. I could try and figure it out live. I don't think I should. That sounds like a lot of work to do while people are observing me. Yeah, tiny little baby-sized stamina potion solve. Happy. Yay. Get him. Do it. Yeah. Yes, I don't need to wait for all of this. You get the idea by now. Let me out. The other thing I just remembered is that, so there's this little silly thing called the journal. Wherein the experiments described in the Journal of Alchemical Engineering are advanced research projects conducted by prominent alchemists at the university. We advise completing the first two chapters of the Opus Magnum campaign before attempting to replicate them. That's great and all, but I don't care. Or, well, I personally care. I do understand that these are very, very difficult, but there's one particularly that caught my eye, Reclaimed Gold. I saw this silly little product of 1 gold and was like, how hard can it be? And the answer is this hard. This is your reagent. What are you supposed to do with this? So, yeah, I found this quite interesting and amusing, one could say, and decided I actually want to attempt it. So we're gonna do this before anything else, actually. That's what I've decided. So, of course, since I saw this puzzle before, I've been like thinking a bit about how exactly I want to do it. I want like this. So my idea is that, oh, that's the wrong one. You, like, this is the start. You grab, you push, and then you pivot like infinite times to continuously separate these thinny fins usefully. You think you need 5 pivots to separate everything? So yeah, the basic idea is this sort of thing. I suppose you can play this to see exactly how it works. Yeah, so you can see that it would be eventually splitting up all of these if I actually were getting things out of the way in time. That's the core idea of this. And I don't know if I'm gonna do this as an area solve or a cycle solve, but I think it's gonna be one of the two. I don't think I'm gonna worry about costs. Yeah, and then of course also, once I'm down to just the silver, I'll need something to do with it. So my thought is that, like, we can probably have this here, and then a track where once I'm done with the silver, once I'm down to the silver, I just do that and I have a gold. And then there's like, presumably somewhere I can put that, like there. And I reset and things are good. The problem is I need to like deal with the whole rest of the puzzle now. Hi Aylin. I'm doing a weird, complicated journal puzzle because I decided to test my capabilities. We will see if I succeed. Yeah, so... Oh, it wasn't loading, that's so evil. Waboo-boo. Yeah, we have to turn this nonsense into 1 gold. We have... the challenge is going down, not going up in thins. In quantity of thins, I guess. Again, we have this silly glyph as well. Glyph of Purification. Transmutes 2 atoms of the same metal into a single atom of their next higher form. So the idea is that we do this with this iron here. Wait, I just realized that's iron. I thought that was different baby arm. Okay, that kind of changes sense. Yeah, turn lots into tiny treasure, yay! Yeah, the basic idea of like how I'm going to do this is that I'm gonna use the silver and one of the quicksilvers to get 1 gold, and then I can save this iron. I guess I'll turn up, bring it up to mercury, and then on the next loop, well, no, right? I'll save the iron and this quicksilver, and then eventually the 2 iron will go together into this glyph of purification somehow. Figure out the details, and when that happens, everything's good, actually. Probably. Yeah, so, like, once the purification happens, then hopefully things are good. Yeah, that point I'll have mercury here, which I can use 1 new quicksilver and 1 stored quicksilver on in order to have good things happen. I just need to figure out where I'm storing the quicksilver. I think that's the hard part. I'm gonna use a glyph of equilibrium to indicate my quicksilver storage. Hello, TN. So yeah, like... So I mean, like, I could store it there. Is there necessarily a problem with that? Maybe not. I just had, like, a thinny thing here that can handle the iron, and then, like, maybe this is fine. Okay, so you're going to, like, grab that, pull in, and swing this way in order to store that quicksilver. Reset. If I want good cycles, then I probably want... yeah, I guess I have to choose whether it's a cycles or an area solution now, because an extra arm here will be good if I want it to be cycles. I think I'll start with area, because cycles tends to just, like, get bigger and bigger constantly. Cycles is hungry. So yeah, at this point what I have is silly quicksilver stored here, which I'm guessing, does it even get its way in time? Oh, I guess there's that. Yeah, true. I guess this just works the same. Okay. Yeah, it does get its way in time. That's good, actually. Let's see if the same is true here. Yeah, so it's gonna be like that, I think, to store the thing. Okay, this has to delay by 1, but then it should be fine. Just funny, just seeing it, like, wait for a moment. Yeah, and then, well, from here, yeah, all I need to do is be quicker and faster and cooler on this thingy. This is gonna be annoying if I do it for area, but it's really easy to do for cycles. I'm gonna do the cycles version first. I changed my mind. So yeah, then here, I think what I'd be doing is just this, and then it works. Awesome. What's this puzzle name? This is Reclaimed Gold. One of the journal puzzles. I decided to skip ahead and try a journal puzzle because I am very ambitious. Yeah, so what? Let me think with my brain. It lost my train of thought. Yeah, so this is what we have happen now, and right, it just needs to be a bit more silly and slow. Is that slow enough? I don't think so. Maybe. It's slow enough. Awesome. So yeah, that's the first step. Then we need to do a second loop of this that's different. So our little one arm here is going to be doing the exact same thing. But the rest is going to change quite a lot. I guess I'm going to need some sort of jank thing like this. Wrong. There we go. This, or I guess this, can be the thing that carries the resultant thing from here into the product spot. I may need to change programming to make that actually work, but yeah, that, okay, huh. Yeah, I think this first solution might end up a train wreck. It's very possible. I suppose, if I'm caring about area, then I can save area by doing this differently. Now I'll do the cycle solution. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay. Yeah, and if I'm doing the cycle version, I'm pretty sure I want this as well. So that I can get that Quicksilver to the right spot very quickly. Well, I'm not certain I want it. I'll hold off for now and see if I need it. So yeah, then... Well, now I guess the next step is just to start thinking about what exactly happens on the second loop. I suppose I can look this through and, like, see where I'm at this point. So yeah, that happens, and then they stop doing things and are silly. So yeah, that needs to be taken there. Yeah, okay. So actually, this is going to be easier if I don't use a repeat and instead manually copy this, which sounds silly. You'd think doing things automatically is easier than doing them manually, but apparently not. Yeah, I just need to be able to see exactly when the pivots are happening in order to understand where I need to put extra instructions. So yeah, this has to grab there. And then this time it just pulls. Well, I guess, yeah, if it's going to handle this, then what it needs to do at that point is let go. Swing right. What is this arm doing again? I don't know. We'll figure that out. And then, anyway, yeah, what's doing at that point is grab, swing left, reset. Okay, yeah, 4 is already doing its thing. Okay, I remember now. It's so easy to lose your train of thought when the puzzles get complicated. Okay, anyway, from there, we have the grab here, which pulls down, and in this case just resets. Well, 5 does the thing, and grabs it, and goes to wonderful places of magic with it. I think I'm gonna need to go like there or something. That sounds right to me. So then at this point, I'm doing like minus minus. Then this is the stage where Quicksilvering has to happen. Actually, oh, I guess this is fast. Is that the right speed? I don't know. But then go there. Well, actually, you're going to need to spend at least 2 ticks here, aren't you? I think it's going to be like this. and then you reset. And I just need 4 to do the thing at that point. Which I think is just gonna be like... that... Are you already allowed to do this? Maybe. Okay. Probably everything's too fast and this will break, but I can find out. Oh, that's definitely too fast, yeah. It forgot to even grab the thing. Otherwise, it's looking decent so far, though. I mean, this is gonna be a problem, but... yeah. I'm just gonna try it like this. I think that this won't work, but I need to see exactly how it fails. Yep, it definitely failed, okay. Well, I'm definitely also gonna need to do this, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty confident that's true. And that. Can't imagine a world where those things aren't true, but I guess we'll see if we're in that world. Oh. 4 things it should grab here, I guess. Yeah, that's the issue. So I guess 4 grabs slower, okay. Which might cause other problems, we'll find out. Okay, that's too quick, but otherwise this actually looks right now. This might do it. Is this going to work? I might have it. I don't think it's very good, but it maybe had. Yes, it works! Awesome! Actually, oh, and those 12 products, good to know. This is kind of satisfying, seeing it do together like that. It's nice. Okay, it's pretty bad at everything. Well, it's moderately good at everything, I guess. Except cost. It's really expensive. Yeah, it's not great at area or cycles, but it's decent at both. So I suppose I can try and do the area version of this now. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do actually is make a copy of the solution. Only this original one's cycles, since I tried to optimize it for cycles, even if I did not necessarily succeed. And this one will be my dedicated area solution, since there's a ton to optimize on area, and that's a much easier thing to do here. Actually, oh, I just realized. Why don't I use this spot as Quicksilver storage? Hold on. Because then, I just don't need this to be that long at all. I can just have us do a completely different thing that's more chill. Oh, I guess this doesn't quite work, but it's close. Yeah, not quite working is a bit of a problem, but well, the way I can solve that is just with this. Bam. Which I guess at that point, I don't need this track at all. I can just have this be a piston, and then this extend out to here. Okay, this is making sense. Yeah, and then 4 should also be completely unnecessary, since literally all it's doing is feeding something up that 2 could do on its own. In fact, they don't even have that much overlap. Yeah, so the instructions are gonna have to completely change, but this should all just, like, work better now. Oh, and also, I guess that this... I guess I get to choose where I want my Quicksilver storage to be. I'm not sure where exactly that is. Actually, I guess realize there's also definitely a way to save area on this track, isn't there? Mhm. Okay, I think I have Quicksilver storage here, so I'm allowed to do this. And then I can just add a retract instruction before the drop-off. And this should... Well, does it save area? Because otherwise it wouldn't be used for this, so I guess maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's not actually better. But well, if I use this for another thing, then yeah, I think that currently I am delivering the iron gold before the silver gold. Which means that this would work, actually. If I do the timing right, where I use this equilibrium both as my Quicksilver storage and as a little place that the silver gold goes right before it gets deposited. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, I don't think there's further saves I can make. I don't think I can use these two cells. Or at least I don't see a way to. But that's still better. Yes. Some like truly crazy version of this could maybe do like this and then fit the glyph of purification into here. But that sounds hard. I think that's like, if I want to absolutely maximize this, that might be the idea I explore, but for now I don't think I'm gonna go that crazy with it. Okay, so if these are the positions of everything, then I can get to code-in, which is going to look quite a bit different now, I think. Because Arm 4 is dead and gone forever, so you need to do like this about it. Yeah, so this is storing. And it goes different now. And then this is the Quicksilver that you actually use on the silver. That is not quick, it is very slow in fact. Tiny Arm sent to Arm 4 jail. Real. So yeah, you just pull that in and it works, I'm pretty sure. I have to imagine that's how it works. Yeah, I guess this may need to be a tick slower again. That sounds right. So yeah, that is the first cycle handled. Then yeah, 3 is doing almost the same stuff. It doesn't need to change its behavior at all. Right, 4 is doing a completely different thing now. I think it's going to grab at the same time. Well, the same relative time. I guess everything's getting slowed down a step from earlier now. But yeah, from the grab, it's doing a much different thing of push and be done forever. Yeah, part of me feels like I shouldn't need this arm if that's all it's doing, but I actually think I do. I guess the other thing that you could do is have 3 do the same job with a track instead, and it's cheaper but slower. It depends on like what secondary metrics you want to measure by. It doesn't really matter much, I don't think. Yeah, I'll just let Arm 4 exist for now, and if I, for some reason, want to make it cheaper and slower, then I can do that. Okay, so anyway, yes, 4 is just doing that, and then 5 takes over from that point. It grabs and pulls, and then it needs to wait for the stuff to be appropriate. Oh yeah, these are backwards. That needs to be that needs to be that. And I think that they need to be slower. This part does. I assume that's true. And then 5. Oh no, is it doing like this? This doesn't quite look right. I feel like this should be right, but I'm not completely sure. Well, yeah, one way or another, that should be like all of this stuff handled. So what remains is what Arm 1 has to do. So I guess it's probably best to play and see how it fails, since I'm pretty sure it's failing at the moment. Yeah, it's failing like that. That'd do it. Oh, right, that makes sense. The first thingy. Yes. Oh, but I see what I can do about it. Well, I don't know if I can do it in a way that actually saves area. So my idea is that I could temporarily store this Quicksilver in this spot instead. Well, or alternatively, I could store in this spot, which actually does make more sense. Okay. So yes, this is going to be a big change, actually. Yeah, what I am positing is that yeah, this is really weird. So the first Quicksilver will just be used in this version, but then the second Quicksilver will first be stored down here by this 3-arm in this metal slot. Then it will eventually be returned to the 2-piston arm and put in this storing slot while the thing happens before it's used. And that will allow there to be space for the silver gold to pass through. Okay, that's really weird, but I can do it. So yeah, what I'm saying now is that that doesn't happen at all. All of this doesn't happen at all, I guess. Which might mean that this has to be delayed less. That's cool. We'll figure that out later. Yeah, and then... So yeah, this is how it handles the iron. Then it's going to grab the Quicksilver and do that. Well, I guess it shouldn't actually reset, since it's going to just, when the coast is clear, return it. Oh, also I forgot to put a retract instruction here. Okay. These pivots aren't quite right, are they? They may work. Oh yeah, that works. Cool. Okay. The pivots are, in fact, quite right, it appears. That's cool. So now, at this point... Yeah, this is the drop instruction. So... That's therefore... Well, actually, hold on. I guess I actually don't need 3 to take it at all. What I need is just for 2 to take it and wait a really long time. Yeah, 2 can just take it, like... I don't know, technically it gets to grab on here, I guess. But then it just waits for the other thing to go away, and stores it away at that point. So, like... At this point, the other thing should be gone. So then you can just do that, deposit it in your little safe place. And then, does the rest of this just work? Maybe. Yeah, perfect. That times perfectly. And then, that's too fast, got it. MA, probably MA. I don't know, let's see if this works. Ah! Right, that does make sense. 5 still needs time. Does this work? That's because 2 not doing enough things. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the... Oh, this is complicated, okay. Or, oh no, this just broke somewhere. Okay, yeah, it's just 2 not doing enough things, okay. I just need to also do more things. It's gonna be like annoying and slow, but it should work. Yeah, let me think about exactly how to do that. So 2... Yeah, so I don't... Like, what I want to do is put some instructions in the middle here that make it work, but I'm pretty confident that's never allowed. Well, actually, it might be. Since, like... I don't know. Oh god, this is hard to think about. Okay, I'm just gonna do it the simple way, I think, which is just, like, delaying this forever. Well, 2 just does a whole extra thing of, like, grab, pull, reset. Does this time and work? It might. I think it does. Yeah, so that first thing goes off with that hit. And then that also goes off. Okay, perfect. Okay, that was less complicated than I was trying it would be to fix the 2-arm. God, this is really satisfying. I like how this solution looks. Getting some extra area somewhere. Oh yeah, it's just these spots. Okay. Perfect. Playing 3 area. Nice. I'm pretty satisfied with that. Also, that's still decent cycles. Cool. Yeah, is there a way that I could save more area? Well, yeah, I'm using this spot anyway, but I don't think it works as storage. Because, yeah, you can see that's being used for, like, for a ton of stuff swimming through it, well, a pixel restored. So I don't think that storage is viable. Actually, I think it's C in optimization. For some reason I was thinking that I couldn't do this before, but I'm pretty sure I just can, actually. It's going to be really annoying, but I should be able to do it. Because yeah, I mean, like... Yeah, it would stop me. I think I literally just add, like, minus retract to these spots. And then delay things by the appropriate amount. That was like 4 extra, so like, damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then... Oh god, there's gonna be a lot of delaying. That. Yeah, so then, like, everything second cycle has to get delayed by that 4 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. This is gonna be somewhat tedious. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, that should be correct. I think this works, maybe. It's way slower, but it might do a thing. Oh, that needs to be delayed, got it. Yeah, that should just be delay that and everything's fine. Ah! Delay it more. Yeah, here. This should actually work now. Or at least the first thing. I might need to do similar delays on the second cycle. No, perfect. Okay. It's way more annoying, but it is lower area. Yeah, 22 area feels quite good for this. I'm proud of that. Way worse on cycles, but still apparently in this walk, sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at 22. Do I want to try and optimize for some other metric? May have the cycle solution theoretically, but I don't know how it gets faster. Or, like, I haven't even have an idea, but it would be, like, a lot of steps to do it. I think I'm gonna go back to campaign levels, and we might revisit this, like, later on. Yeah, I'm glad that I made that silly little excursion to the journal. That was very fun. Time to figure out this thingy. Oh, Glyph of Triple Bonded. Hello. Oh, huh. I didn't know this glyph even existed in the video game. Awesome. Okay. Cool. I can triplex bond things now. Yeah, it's saying the... Interesting, okay. Yeah, and this is only firearms, so we'll need a normal bonding as well for this assault. Well, oh, but... Actually, that isn't necessarily true. Because... what I can do... I'll just, like, make a really simple baby example to start. Like... I just want to make sure that this works. More than anything, I think. So yeah, like, if I do this... Does this cause... Yes, it causes exactly... Or, oh no, that's a different kind of bond than a normal bond. Okay. Yeah, so that doesn't work. I do actually need a normal glyph of bonding too. Okay. Huh. Well, okay, the simple way to do this, that I think I'm going to resort to for now, is just use 2 pistons. Because these can push these firearms around until all of the bonds are made appropriately. And then, like... I guess from there you can have, like, this sort of thing. And then you just need a way to push this into the thingy. Yeah, okay, this makes sense to me. So... To start, these will both push, and then Well, okay, I guess at that point they're bonded, so... Yeah, I guess you have one let go, actually. Actually, hold on, do I even need pistons for this? I could do a cost solve where these are normal baby arms, because I'm using pivots rather than the pushes and pulls that I envisioned myself using, because I forgot how bonds work. Yeah, if I'm using pivots, then I don't think these need to be pistons. I think this all works as just like... I think even in the same positions this might work. Because if I do this now, then like... I can start by swinging them together, of course. It's gonna be like that for you, like that for you. Then I have the first bond. Then I guess one will let go. And you will do a pivot like that. And then you can just pivot it back, let go, have one grab on, and have one do like the same series of pivots. Well, I guess you don't technically only need that one, really. And then like at this point, you have a thinny thin. From here, you just need the arms to handle like the last bit, and you're fine, which I don't think... I imagine just one arm can do that, probably. Like, yeah, it looks like it, because all you need to do is like that. I think this may just work. As a cost solve, because if I do this, then at this point, like, well, I can play this to show you exactly where we're at. Yeah, we have the tri-bond, and then from there, I'm like, yeah, all that I really need to do is pivot this right again, let go, rotate, grab, pivot it, I guess it'd be right again. Then from there, I can just reset, grab, take this left through the thinny thin. I think it'd be 3, yeah. And now, like, literally all I need to do is just, like, rotate right, I think make 2 pivots and I win. Because this should get all of the thins. It should do the thing where you win the game, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I explained that well, but you can see that works. No, I forgot to reset. Reset is important. Silly 2 arms just babying away over there. It's very slow, it's not flashy at all, but it does work quite well. I like the little sounds of the triplex glyph. That isn't the lowest cost you can do. Good to know, that does make sense. Yeah, this is not amazing on anything. Okay, so how could you do better than this on cost? It does like make a lot of sense to me that there's a way to do better. This does not exactly feel efficient. I don't think you can get everything in reach of... Well, hold on. I think I'm going to go to a new solution for this. Just so that I don't have to overwrite my stuff. Because, like, I don't think you can get everything in reach of just one arm on its own. Well, no, you kind of can, can't you? Yeah, it does look awfully in reach of everything. Because, yeah, this on its own is enough to make all of the bonds that you need. And then, the problem is that you can't get a thin into there. Yeah, this won't quite work, but it's very close. My guess is that you need track. I doubt this is possible without any track. Well, yeah, I don't think that a 2-link thing would do it, so I think you're gonna need track. I imagine that, like, this is probably fine for how you use that track. Like, yeah, I can probably just make this work. Since you just, like, do that, grab another one, get duplex bond in, I guess it'd be pivot like that, release, go grab the other one, do one last pivot, which I guess would be this. Then you have the thingy. I think it'd be like that and that at this point. So you can just like minus, rotate. Is that where you want to be? I think it is, yeah. I think it's the right orientation too. So from there you just reset, grab, left, minus, and I think you just rotate a bunch and win. I'm pretty sure that's actually all it takes, yeah. This is not actually that complicated. Oh, you need one more pivot at the end. Yeah, still not very complicated. Yeah, I don't know what exactly I was worried about, but whatever it was, it did not come to fruition. This is not actually a very difficult level for cost all-in. It's probably difficult in other ways, though. Am I gonna bother with those now? I don't know. I don't really have a start. Actually, this is also pretty good on area, I just noticed. 19, I think that's lower than what I had before. I guess we can check once this finishes. Yeah, it is lower. Not the lowest, though. So yeah, maybe we'll try and optimize this into an area solve. We'll copy it and rename it to be area. And this can be cost. And the last one can be nothing because it's silly. Bad. So yeah, currently I'm like, yeah, I'm wasting a lot of area with like those maneuvers. So yeah, there's probably some way to like swing things around less. Actually, I wonder, I don't know if this saves anything, but it might. Oh, you can go lower in cost. So it is possible, well, because there's not a way to spend 65 here, right? It would have to be 60 or bust. So it is possible with just one arm, huh? That kind of surprised me. Also, that's worse than area, good to know. I don't think I'm gonna try and figure out how to do it with just one arm and no track. Because that sounds like kind of... Oh, I could try and figure it out. I may have the solution right in front of me, like, well, you know, this thing. So I guess then... Well, okay, so I don't think that a 2-length arm gives you an advantage here. I'm pretty sure that doesn't. Or a 3-length arm, for that matter. Well, actually, oh no, it does, doesn't it? Well, maybe. the problem is that, like, I think you need to be able to see two parts of this glyph of triplex bonding and two parts of this glyph of bonding. And you need to be able to reach the solution. And, like, yeah, I don't see any part of this. Like, because I can reach 6 tiles with this arm, and I think like, as far as I can tell, I need to be able to reach 7, but apparently there's a way to, like, handle the triplex bonding. We'll only be able to reach one thing, I guess, or handle the normal bonding. What would that look like? Or I had an idea and I realized it doesn't really do anything. I feel like it's triplex bonding. But, like, I mean, yeah, I definitely can't do anything with that. Well, no, because there isn't a way to deposit the solution without being able to reach it, right? Yeah, that's impossible. There isn't a way to swim through calcification without being able to reach it, so I think it has to be Toon Link somehow. But I don't know how Toon Link works, because at that point, I'm saying that, like, I can only reach one of these thingy things. One part of this triplex bonding, and I need that to be enough. Which I don't see how it can be. Yeah, there's probably something I'm missing, but I think I'm going to go back to worrying about area, because I do not see how it's ever fundamentally possible to do just a single fixed length arm with no track. I feel like I have disproven it, and if I haven't, then oh well. So yes, here for area. See, I'm swimming through lots of stuff that I don't want to be swimming through. So there's one thing here that does not require any access. Any access at all, so I mean, like, yeah, I can't figure out what is, like, I mean, you need to be able to grab the reagent. You can't swim it through calcification without... Is there some way that you don't need any access to glyph of bonding? That surely can't be true. Like, no, yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I do not have it. I'm going to worry about area. So... yeah, so I'm swimming through a bunch of stuff that I don't want to swim through. I feel like the logical way to solve that is with, like, pistons and tracks, because then I don't have to swim at all, hopefully. So I think the idea would be that I do this in, like, a straight line instead, and maybe I can do it like this, with, like, a big track like this. Yeah, I think I need to start thinking about this in a bit of a different way. I think I like this, the idea of this, like, end thing, though. Actually, oh wait, this kind of works, doesn't it? Like... I mean, there's gonna be wasting a little bit of area, but like maybe not that much actually. I could see a way that this ends up wasting pretty little area. Okay, I think there's something. Okay. I'm going to replace this arm to get rid of all the outdated instructions, and they'll work from here. Because, of course, like, I know that this is enough to do a triplex bond. Yeah, I do that, and then it's... what pivot sequence would it be? Like... this... do I do cost or area here? I'm doing whatever solves I feel like doing. I do not have a specialty yet. Me. Yeah, this is my first playthrough, so so far I feel the most comfortable with area, I would say, but I'm not super comfortable with anything. I'm still trying to get my grips with the game. Okay, right, I'm going to have that. I want to pivot it like that. Yes, and I have the thing. Okay. And I think what I'm going to do is pivot this back in, rotate twice. Actually, do I need a third rotation? I think I do. So the idea is that now I have, like, fire here. And, well, now I guess what I do is release, go here, grab, push out, so I have fire here, where will eventually need to be. And from there I can just reset. Actually, wait, hold on, I think this should be minus instead, I just realized. That's probably correct. Okay, so then I grab that, I do it like that, I push it out, and that should create the actual product. At which point I just pull it back in and do minus, and this might work. I don't know if it's gonna be optimal area, but it feels pretty good. Ow. Yeah, I guess what I need to do is... that's awkward. Yeah, I have it. Well, hold on, let me see what step that was. Yeah, so it's like there. Well, there, I guess. Yeah, so before I do this, I think what I need to do is let go, minus, rotate like this, grab again. And then, yeah, I think this minus doesn't need to exist, and the rest works. Okay. That should be correct again. Oh. It was doing some silliness. Yeah, something broke on pushing it back up. What exactly broke? Let me look at that again. Well, I say back up, it was never up, but... I guess I just don't need this rotation. Okay. Or any of these instructions, for that matter. By the way, is there a quicker way to, like, move instructions back like this? It feels so slow. Okay, this works. Nice. Yeah, 14 area. I think that's significantly better. Yeah, since, like... oh, I guess I'm accidentally using this. I think that's just... yeah, that's just a mistake. Hold on. I can fix that. Yeah, that's literally just the order of these. Okay. So now it'll be even better. Yippee! unless I've missed something horrible. But I don't think I have. Nice, 13. Okay. This is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Get him. Do it. Do the thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's the lowest block on area. Nice. I think I'll move on to the next puzzle now. The Colvin message. Hello. Okay. I'm choosing to not pay attention to the lore while I'm on stream. Repeating products. Ah, these, I see. Okay. So yes, I need to make an infinite chain of iron. That seems pretty straightforward, other than, you know, infinity. Yeah, they'll all need to be bound together, so like... I'm presumably gonna be doing something like this. I wonder if I can get away with like a single piston or something. Kind of looks like I might be able to. Oh, drag to select multiple things. That makes sense. Yeah, I know I could do that on the grid. I didn't know I could do that down here. Okay. Actually, I guess this would actually be a genuine use case for this thingy. Well, kind of. The awkwardness is saying you need to upgrade twice, so not really. Yeah, I mean, well, I could do this, and this, like, works pretty well. Yeah, this can work. I'll just do this for now as a solution that's good enough, and I can, like, see the leaderboards and see, like, because it's decent on both cost and area, there's probably better you can do on both, but yeah, this seems like a good place to start. So yeah, I grab that, I pull it, I swing twice, that gets it into position properly, and then I guess if I want to optimize for cycles, then I technically have to just let it go at that point. Swing 3 times, grabs the Quicksilver, swing 2 times, and let it go. And then, yeah, that's just gonna be like that again, basically. And then I can go back, grab this. And yeah, from there I just do that and this works forever, right? I'm pretty sure that's it. Yep, it's doing the thing. Oh yeah, it's too long on the swim back. There's kind of an area solve, so I'm going to try and fix that. Yeah, it'd be drop, retract, and that will just reset command from there. Silly reset, screwing with me, being all silly. Actually, oh yeah, I guess it does make sense that it'd be long there. I forgot that I had a starting position of extended. It's funny, infinity sounds so intimidating, but like, actually doing an infinite solution in this game does not feel that different. Yippee! Oh my god, that area chart is so silly looking. Look at it. This big block on the exact lowest tier. And then another big block after that, and then these just like scattered tiny things super far out over like 100 area. And yeah, I wonder if this is the absolute best area you can do. Possibly? Honestly, I'd kind of buy it. I don't see a way to get smaller. You see, I mean, I'm not even using this, so it's basically like... Yeah, I mean, the only way I can think of to get smaller... Well, no, like, I mean, literally the only cell that isn't completely mandatory here is this one. So, yeah, eliminating this is the only possible way to get this smaller. Huh. How could you do that? Well, oh. I think I might see it, yeah. Because, like... What's stopping you from just doing this? Yeah, this should actually work. Okay. That one was much easier to see. So yeah, now all of my things have like one too many swings. Yeah, I guess I can just like remove one swing from everything basically, since I'm pretty sure that will actually be accurate. And I think these last swings are accurate. Yeah, and then you just do this. Okay. Yeah, it's just being silly and using more everything than I needed to for no reason. Alright, so that's area. Now how would you get this keeper? I mean, you can definitely do this with just a track. I know that much. Like a track instead of a piston, I mean. Is there a way to do this with one arm? I don't think so. It's possible, but I think for now I'm going to try and do this with a track. I guess I can save this and make a copy of it for cost. So yeah, the idea is that like this goes somewhere accessible. But yeah, what you're probably gonna do is like this. Well, oh yeah, I guess this is kind of awkward. Well, right, so I think what I might want to do is a 2-length thingy. And then, like... I think that what I could do is have the last movement be, like, put in an iron here and then moving forward, and that should actually do the infinite stuff. Oh, but will I be able to reach both sides of this glyph that way? Well, yeah, I should be able to. Yeah, I mean, if I just do like this, then it should work fine. Well, I guess I need... Yeah, I need a path for the lead to swim through. Okay, this is going to be a bit more complicated than I thought it would be. But it still shouldn't be horrible. Probably. Yeah, so I can't reach, like, this text in any way. Okay, it might be horrible, actually. That's my new thought, because getting an area to swim through is actually kind of really hard. I wonder if things get better if I go to 3 links? It feels kind of strange that, like... It feels like that wouldn't be the case, but it might be the case. Yeah, I guess what I'm saying at that point actually is that, like... I do this. Does this make anything better? It doesn't feel like it would. Actually, this needs to be out, I think. Yeah, I don't think I still have space. I think I still don't have space to swing through. Okay. Is this an idea that just doesn't work then? This might be an idea that doesn't work. Because, like, this lead is just always... Like, I'll have iron here, and then I need to swing it back to civilization, and there's nowhere to do that, because there's quicksilver here causing problems, and lead here causing problems. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's always going to be true, pretty much. So, I guess... Because the problem is that, like, I can't do this, because then there's no way I can ever reach both sides of it. It needs to be, like, on opposite ends like this. Actually, wait, does having the delay on the inside fix everything? It might. Hold on. No, I don't think that fixes everything. I don't know why I thought it would. That does not appear to do anything. Actually, wait, hold on. If I have this up here, do things get better? No, I still don't think so. Because, yeah, I will need to, like, swing the iron from here to here, and it's going to hit there in the process. I'm pretty sure, at least. Yeah, so maybe you actually do need a third track. I'll try and solve it with a third track for now. And see if I can do that, at least. And I'll go down to 2 links since it's nicer that way. Yeah, so I do still need to think about how I'm swinging things around, but... Well, I guess, yeah, the thing I can do now is just this, and this should make things easier. Well, I guess I might... Also might be awkward, huh? But it might also not be awkward. This doesn't quite work. Does this do anything? I don't think so. Well, hold on, there's a new tactic I can use now. Maybe. It might require straight length. Well, no, this doesn't quite work. I still can't reach both parts of this. This is a really annoying call solve. Yeah. So, like... is there a rotation of the projection in this thingy that just works? Because I don't think there is. I don't, like... I can rotate like this, but I still can't reach both projection slots and the lead. And if I move this out of the way, then I have the same collision issues where, like, this needs to go through here and runs into the lead, or if it's like here, then the lead needs to go through here or itself at some point, and like, yeah, I'm certain there's a way to do this. It looks so possible, but I am not really seeing it right now. Hold on, is there something you can do with, like... Oh no, like... Does this do anything? I don't think it does, because, like... Yeah, this is just going to swing... I'm pretty sure this swing doesn't work. Actually, oh wait, hold on, this might work. Wait, this suddenly looks right. Okay, I think I actually have it now. Okay. And then, yeah, this is horribly outdated instructions, so I'll make a new arm. So yeah, what I'm saying is swing like this. Reset. Then that's going to be going in the plus direction, I suppose. To grab, then go plus again, swing it over. And then, yeah, I guess repeat that a bit. Alright, do the proper counter swing, grab it again, plus, right, yeah, release. And then I should actually have the thing. I think this would be plus direction to get where I want. I might need to like flip these directions. I'm not sure how like looping tracks like this work exactly, but this is my first time using one. Yeah, at this point, I should have the thingy. And then I think from there, if I just, like, swing, I think it's 4 times to get down here. Well, down here, precisely. Then I just move in, I guess that's the minus direction. Thinny obtained, true. Yeah, you do that, and then move in, I guess that's the minus direction again. And win. I think this works. Okay, seems like I did in fact get my directions correct. Wonderful. Fair, yeah. There's a lot of nonsense to keep track of. I'm good at visualizing. I don't think I'm great at explaining visualizing, but I think that's a very hard thing to do in general. Hopefully people were able to follow along with why I was despairing at collisions and then not despairing at collisions anymore. No, that's what that little bump is about. Cool. So that's still not the best possible cost, okay. The nonsense is very pleasing. Wonderful. Still get plus and minus confused on looping tracks even after so long. Fair, yeah. It does feel weird. So yeah, apparently you can get cheaper than this. Huh. I mean, there can't be a way to do this with a single arm. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it. I mean, it's like a super tiny bump on the leaderboard that has it. I don't need to be a super elite on my first playthrough. I've gotten some, like... Actually, there's one that I may as well go back and show. I think it... Actually, oh no, it was rocket propellant, I think. I'm pretty sure... Or actually, no, this definitely isn't the one. I guess it was airship fuel, actually. I get airship fuel and rocket propellant confused since, like, they have the same thing, just with one extra product on one. One extra atom in the product. Yeah, here I actually did manage to get to this, like, tiny, small area bump that very few people have gotten with this little thingy. Which is, I think, exactly the same as the design I made on, like, a previous stream for this game. I guess it was my first stream for this game, for area. But I just changed the instructions. Everything on the grid stayed the same. But yeah. So yeah, I can occasionally be a cool, super elite person who does all of the hard stuff, but not always. And also it's possible this isn't even optimal, since it's like big clumps. It's possible that world record is actually like 12 or something. I wouldn't be completely surprised if that's true. Anyway, wait, was I planning to move on from this? I think I was, yes. I don't think I want to try cycles just yet. Well, let me look at what cycles would look like. I'll make a solution for it, like... Yeah, that sounds hard to make cycle on. Never mind. I won't do it. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly get tissue, and then we can do courage potion. I suppose we'll have the puzzle open for people to observe while I do that. BRB. I unfortunately seem to have a minor bloody nose. I get them often, it's a weird genetic thing because they hate me. Yeah, that's a thing, unfortunately. I am going to attempt to ignore it. We'll see if it comes back up. Hopefully the answer is no. Yes, anyway. This puzzle's interesting. I can choose who I want to make into Soul. That's cool. I like choice. Yeah, it's gonna involve a lot of silly nonsense. I might start by trying to do cost. It's like, it's possible that this is doable on 40. Like, it kind of looks like it is. I guess I just need, like... Well, maybe it's not, because the thing is that I need... Like, I need one of these to be calcifiable, and both of them to be able to reach the glyph of bond without calcifying, which I guess I do like this. Actually, maybe it's possible, yeah. Well, no, but this doesn't work because it'll clash with fire on the way back. Yeah, this is like, you can think of this calcification as a third reagent, and I think when you think of it like that, this becomes, like, disprovable for 40G, because you will just always end up with clashes on the way back. I don't think two-link Finny helps it at all in that way. So yeah, at that point you're using a track, I suppose. Which, at that point, should be, like, very doable. Probably pretty easy, in fact. Like, yeah, I imagine I can just make this win without too much trouble. So I think I'm gonna try and do that. I guess, like, may I do this? Well, I guess this works fine, I don't know. I don't think it really matters where it goes. I'm gonna end up using models anyway. So yes, I want to grab the thing, rotate the thing. Awesome. I guess that shouldn't be a proper reset. It can just be let go and then minus, spin around, grab the thing, and then rotate the thing, and at that point I will have the first bond of water and fire. So then, like... Actually, ooh, this glyph of bond position may not quite work, I just realized. Well, I might want to flip these, actually. I think this works better if I have it like this, so that's fire water, with the water in the middle, which I think is going to be a better spot for it. And it also means that at this point, I will be holding the water and can just pivot it to make space for my next addition. So I do that, I reset, grab the fire, and then I think I'm going to do rotate minus, that'll turn into salt. Then, oh, that's awkward. Okay, I don't think I'm actually allowed to flip these, I just realized. Because now I'm saying that I need to get salt into here with this space and this space occupied. There isn't a way to maneuver that anymore. I've run myself out of options at that point. Yeah, so this needs to be the other way around, as it turns out. Yeah. See, I think all that means is that instead of these two pivots, I'm going to let go. I guess I'll do plus. And then, yeah, I can grab again. Now this will be water and fire, so I guess I pivot like this twice. And then do a proper reset there. So yeah, then I turn this water into salt. I can do this twice to get into place. Well, this still may not quite work. Actually, oh wait, I'm being a big dummy. I can do this. When I think of that. This one probably works fine flipped, yeah. I can just like do this thingy, and that's fine. Okay. Don't mind me being an idiot. So now I'm saying that this needs an extra that thingy. This is probably safer there too. At which point, I kind of may as well... Yeah, it's kind of simpler for this whole thing to just be a reset. And then I can do minus, swing there, grab the thingy. I guess it needs an extra rotation there to get the appropriate spot. And then yeah, I no longer need this stuff. I think I just pivot it left twice. And then yeah, I can reset. I do the thin. Actually, I might need that space, I just realized. Yeah, I kind of do. Okay. So in that case, what exactly is that saying about how this stuff has to change? And so this needs that. And then, wait, rather than those... Yeah, I guess it's just this. I'm pretty sure that's correct. So yeah, then I'm grabbing the fire, I'm turning it into salt. I'm going minus, I'm swinging it back. I'm going plus, swinging it back more. And then... Actually, oh, hold on. This makes more sense if I do the fire last, I just realized. Yeah, okay. So yeah, actually what I'm going to do is make this first fire actually be a salt instead. Because the last fire will be the easiest part of this to maneuver. The salt is hard to maneuver, it takes a bunch of extra steps and movements. But the fire is really easy. I can just, like, throw it into place and it's fine. Which means that I can maneuver it while having this minus space on the track occupied, which I think is exactly what's going to happen. I think that space needs to be filled in order for this to work. I might need to move this, actually. I'm realizing I don't need that space, and I might need this space. Okay. Things are changing. But... yes, wait, why am I doing both of these? This is silly. Yeah, I don't need this. I just do that. Okay. I mean, technically this is better for area, I guess. Okay, so that's the first salt into position. That should cause salt here. Then I need to get water, which, right, just means, like, moving this over, I think. So I go down, I grab that water, I rotate it over, I do the 2 pivots to get that salt out of the way, and I reset. Then this is grabbing another salt. Yeah, I do it like that. Yeah, so I go there, I spin that way, then just do this, make that last swing, and I don't know why this is here. Yeah, then, right, the last thing I need to do here is release, and go left, grab again, and now I'm going to make a last little pair of pivots that will put this into salt, water, salt. I'll have distilled water, basically. And at this point, I can finally actually grab the fire with this minus space occupied, but me not needing it because the fire is the easiest part to maneuver. And then at this point, I'll have the full product. The question then is just getting it into the spot. Which I guess is easiest if I do something like this, probably. Because now, all I need to do is, like, minus, I guess I'll pivot it out, swing left, pivot it out again, and that should just do it. Okay. Does this work? Have I been a fool? It works! Awesome! There's probably some area efficiency I can do here. I wonder what it is. Yeah, it works, it's happy. Yeah, the way it gets deposited is awfully awkward. Actually, oh wait, I see it. Well, I might see it. Yeah, I definitely see something I can do on area. Also, that's the lowest neon cost. Yippee! Yeah, I mean, if you maybe just do this and cut out the last pivot, that's probably smaller area, right? Before it was 20. Let's see what this does. Of course, this isn't an area solve, so I'm not primarily concerned about that. Oh, it's still 20. Good to know. Yeah, like, if I can optimize the area for free, then I want to still. I guess this might do something. This might... I guess this would require a second final pivot. Well, that definitely doesn't do anything then. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, if I'm doing that second final pivot, then I've already taken up all of this space. Yeah, it feels like there's some way to optimize the area here. Well, actually, oh, can I do something with this, I guess? Would be the question. So yeah, I have... The answer is I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm very small. I mean, I don't think this is better. Yeah, it shouldn't be better, because this is just doing the same thing, but, like, I add this in. I guess I can see if it's better. If it is better, then it works on cycles, so it's kind of, like, net zero anyway, but yeah. Okay, so that's much worse, actually, yeah. Since it's going down here from doing that, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I'll just bring it back to the previous state, then I suppose I can do like an actual area solve. It goes like this. That seems right. Yeah, since like this does seem fun to solve for area. Yeah, that can be my cost solve. I'll make a new one for area, which is probably going to be a bit more complex. Awesome. Okay. What do? Okay, let me think with my brain, or attempt to at least. So like, well, we definitely want the product to cover like as much as possible of the area that we're using anyway for like figuring out space. So like, if we want to have like water, salt, salt, then we might want the product like this. But also that's very awkward to actually finish the thing, because like, yeah, actually, yes, it's like if these are the components we're using, then there's no space to like pivot the product into its final position at that point. So maybe that isn't the right idea. I mean, it could potentially be something more like this. Well, I mean, it could be this actually. Because at this point, like, I can literally just have something like this that just takes the product when it's finished and puts it into place. And it's possible that this is like, yeah, it could be like some multi-purpose arm. Like, an arm in this position could theoretically potentially do that job. Yeah, this probably doesn't quite work because it's very awkward for calcifying things, but like something like this idea might be a thing. Well, what if calcification is like over here? This might do a thing. Because now I'm saying that like, yeah, I mean, there's pretty similar, like, well, I guess I might need to do this, but yeah, this is a pretty similar idea, fundamentally, to what I was doing before, actually. But it should just be a lot smaller without, like, pivots or swings of big bonded objects. Other than, like, simple pivots in place. Yeah, I think I can optimize this so that the only extra cell I'm using is this one. I'm pretty sure that's true. So I guess I'll get to programming then. So I think I'm doing that. I guess I may as well reset, honestly. Or no, I do actually need to let go and go this way around because I can't use this cell. So yeah, then I grab the water, I go around, I deposit the water, right, and then this will, or this one too many, this will cause the bond, then I can rotate like that, so the salt is nice and out of the way. And then, I mean, yeah, at this point, it's pretty much the same idea again. Just grab another salt, do the same thing with it, pivot to get ready. And then just grabs the fire, and then last step is push the solution into place. This should just work. This is actually pretty simple. I don't know if it'll be like perfectly optimal. Oh, I'm accidentally using that face. That's a slight problem, yeah. Well, oh, I see the way to not use it. Yeah, there's no... oh no, never mind, I don't. I was thinking I could put calcification here, but that doesn't work. Because then I'll reach out and the fire will respawn, and I'll bump into the fire on the way back. Yeah, so that's 12. Which is rare, apparently, but not the best. Yeah, it's just this cell that's causing problems. How could I deal with that cell? I don't think I can, like, move the product in a way that's useful. Yeah, I don't think covering that with the product does anything. I mean, like, if I could magically get this cell of product to there, then it would work, but that'd mean changing the entire placement of the product, and the rest of the placement of the product can't really change. Yeah, the problem is just, like, that unwanted bond. That's what's, like, causing this issue, fundamentally. That's bonding too early and bring things with it. Which, actually, oh wait, I guess I do have a way to solve that, actually. It's not even that complicated. What I can do is just, at this first point where the water is, like, set up, well, at this point I have water salt like that. All I need to do is push that out of the way temporarily. And then I can grab the extra salt, do the thin, and yeah, at this point I go over here to prepare the water. All I have to do is reach back out to grab it again and then pull it back in. And this should just work. Yeah. I'm just giving the water some extra space, using the extra space that I'm already using due to the product anyway. Yeah, that's more efficient. Nice. 11 area. 11 feels like a really tiny number. I like it. I'm a fan of it. Yeah, and the one extra cell I am using, I'm using, like, pretty well. Like, I can't imagine there's a way to cut it out easily. Maybe technically, or oh, I guess there's a way to cut it out. Yeah, it is apparently technically possible, but it seems incredibly difficult, right? Like, well, actually, oh. I mean, I guess I can kind of see how it would start to be possible, because, like... Well, no, I can't really. Well, no, I can kind of see it, but it would require a very fundamental redesign. I don't know what the details would look like at all, honestly. Yeah, again, this to 10 area sounds like very, very difficult. Which I guess is why it's like a super tiny bump that very, very few people have done. That does line up, I suppose. This seems close to a 10A? Interesting. Is there anything you can do with moving the glyph of bonding over here? I don't see how you end up not just floating the cell instead then. I think this gets rotated into the problem. I don't think it makes useful progress. But well, maybe. Hold on. There might be some validity to it. Well, I'm gonna copy this, actually. Yeah, I'll make a new one so I don't ruin what I have. But then, if I do this, then, like... I mean, I mean, basically just like... Well, yeah, now... No, this doesn't do anything, does it? Because there's going to be a clash. Also, my OBS is freaking out. What is it doing? Okay, it's fine now. Like... I mean, I guess... There's some freaky thing you can consider with, like, this. Because this way... I mean, like, there isn't technically going to be a clash if you have, like, distilled water here and then fire here. But how does anything else work in this environment? Like, you're going to float this or something like that eventually, surely. We're going to use it, I guess, float. I don't know why I want to say the word float. I guess I just want things to float. Anyway, yeah, this doesn't look like it does anything. I think I'm going to hold off on trying for 10A. I'm still happy with what I have. This is, like, quite good. Hastily written note. Awesome. Surrender flare. Oh, go to unbutton. I've already used that, you fool. So yes, I need to... Oh, I see. There's quite a bit going on, actually. Yeah, I don't need anything else than this, but I do need... Actually, oh no, I need Glyph of Bonding too. Yeah, okay. Huh. This looks very involved. This will probably be my last level for today, but I don't think that means the stream is close to done. I think this is going to take me quite a while. So I mean, like, an immediate idea I'm kind of having is that, like, I could use a piston to just get this process started. Pull it into that caused the first unbond. Then I guess to extend again, pull in the thinny thing, the iron, and start rotating that to get the salt off. And I have some sort of contraption, I guess, to store the salt in a place. Then from there, I need to figure out how to get that iron onto this thingy. Which I suppose doesn't sound the worst. Like... I don't know what I'm solving for yet. I think I could do all of this with just the piston, because if so, then this could be, like, a relatively doable cost solve. I think I'm going to start by trying for cost. That seems like the easiest way to approach this to me. So yeah, what I'm saying here is that, like, I do the desalting ritual, put the salt in Narnia, I guess. And then... yeah, I guess doing all of this with just a piston might be hard. Huh. I'll figure it out. I believe in myself. Yeah, from that point, then I can get this iron down over to here, where I just upgrade it pretty quick and simple. And then I think the idea would be to bring it over to the silly little glyph of bonding, where I will use stored salt on it. And then I guess the product can be like here or something, sure. And the salt will just be stored in like this general area, I guess. Okay, that seems sensible actually. It's seeming manageable now that I take a closer look at it. Actually, I guess I don't want to do that yet. I guess here I'm doing like a bunch of rotations to get the salt out of the way. Exactly how out of the way do I want it? So I have 6 salt to store in total. I think I see it, yeah. So I'm going to go with 1 stored here, and then, well, I guess I can show you the full storage spots now. It's going to be here, 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 and then on the product here. I think that will work as storage. You know, there's probably not going to be any reason for this product to not just be like there, so I'll just put it there. Okay. So yeah, that marks the first thingy. I might have to start here, actually. This will not be perfectly optimal for cycles, but it will be way, way easier to input, and that matters to me. I decide that I consider that important. So yes, now we're going to go through the very slow process of, like, just taking this, pivoting it, then going down, grabbing the salt, and confiscating it. I need to be using hotkeys for this. This is going to take forever otherwise. So yes, we do that. And then... actually, oh, I guess I can do... well, hold on. But repeat previous instruction is going to repeat all the way back to, like, this first thing, which I don't want repeated. Huh, that's awkward. Oh, but I guess... does this work? It does not seem to work. I'm trying to copy-paste on my keyboard, but it does not like me. So I guess I will just have to figure out how to hotkey really good at them. Get hotkeyed. Yeah. Yeah, this actually changes slightly each time, but yeah, that's it. Well, how is everyone doing today, chat? Oh, control drag to copy? Let me attempt this. Oh, sure enough. Okay, that helps, thank you. So yes, the first thing is going there, then there, then there. Or no, there, then there, then there. So at this point, we just cut out one of those. Or no, I cut out one of those and add this instead. Then here, I cut out that. Then here, I don't have enough room because I didn't scroll far enough like a dummy baby. And I do that. cut out that, and actually, I guess I don't need. Do I need 6 storage spaces? No, I do. Yeah. Because now at this point, I'm going to grab the sin, pull it in, go to the right. Then I can let it go, extend twice, grab the Quicksilver, pull it in, and now I have my Mercury. Yeah, I let go, I pull in, I grab the Cine again, and I'm gonna do a weird like swing, extend, sin as I begin to finally add the salt. So yes, this is the first salt. This is gonna be a lot of steps. Very sleepy, but vibing very happily. Yay! Happy, wow. Okay, so this is 1 salt added. At this point, you have Mercury salt at long last. So now I just get the rest of the salt easy. Yeah, I guess it's not gonna be too bad, I don't think. Since like I can do this. Yeah, it's like this stuff, okay. There's definitely some way I can use copy-paste to make this easier, but I don't know exactly what it is, so... For now, I'll just do this since I'm getting pretty proficient with the hotkeys anyway. I believe it's this that I want. Actually, oh wait, I guess I don't actually need all of these. Well, depends on how optimal I want to be for area. But also this cost cycles, so I don't actually believe that I need, like, a bunch of these extra extended instructions, since right now I'm grabbing this thingy that's on the 2 distance anyway. So I think this should just, like, work and to get within. And I do that. I grab it. I pivot it. I might actually try and copy this region. Yeah, I guess it's like this thing. Or right, I tried to use normal hotkeys, but I'm using weird hotkeys. That's what's going on. These hotkeys. Bam. So yeah, I'm just adding a couple extra swings to reach this one. And this should just work, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then, I mean, this will still be a useful foundation for the next one as well. I'm just adding in extra down there, and then extra up there, I guess. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. And now it's just like 1 left. Okay, I think this marks actually having the full product together. So then, actually, oh yeah, at that point I don't need this. So yeah, this grabs me onto the Mercury, so I think at this point I just do this. And at long last and victorious. I'm pretty sure this might maybe work. It's so many instructions, so it's gonna take forever. Well, good luck, little piston arms. Start doing your thing. Do we have anything fun to chat about with my lovely chatters? I don't know. It's a good question. Ah! Okay. Let me check exactly where that is. Yeah, I see what went wrong. Yeah, I just need to add, like... I just add downs and up here, and they do the same thing over here, I think. Yeah, there's, like, probably a slightly better way to do this. I think that if you just pivot the other way, then you avoid this problem, but oh well. I'm not gonna be perfectly optimal, who cares? I feel like I should have interests and things to talk about, but my mind is going blank. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, that would just be... It'd be this. Okay. 10A is the community term for 10 area. I've started being in the Discord long enough to understand that most metrics are abbreviated to just the letter when talking about, like, records and things. Like, is 10A possible? Wahoo-boo. Yay, it works! Happy! I feel like this has to be the lowest possible cost, like... maybe not. It might be possible to do this with, like, 3-track. There's at least a cost solves I'm pretty proud of. Oh, I guess, yeah, I never actually tested this, but I assume what you mean when you curl is that, like, you can... Actually, oh yeah, because, of course. Actually, yeah, I get it now, because there's no reason this glyph actually needs, the metal unbonded for anything. Like, there's no reason... I think that you need things unbonded for the, like, consumption part? But I don't think for these parts you need it. Yeah, I'm suddenly realizing that, like, that makes sense, actually. By the way, Windpearl, I would prefer no backseating. I think what you are doing right now does qualify as that. But, like, I appreciate the advice, but I don't want too much of it. Also, even with, like, improperly peeling the salt, that is still the lowest block of area. Okay. Yeah, I think I could optimize this more. I've already been going 2 hours. I might actually just stop around now. My brain's feeling pretty exhausted. Previously I have unfortunately not been very successful in getting viewers to my streams, so having an actual chat to interact with is brain blasting me, apparently. Yeah, I guess I will just, like, check to make sure that what I have been told is what I think it is. I guess I'll do a different solution, since this is, like, cool and good already. So yeah, like, the idea is that you take this thingy, you, like, Do this then. Grab, pull. You get the bond gone from there. You grab the thingy. And then, I don't know, I guess you're gonna like push that back out and swing it over here or something, and then... Yeah, I guess technically there's no strict need to push it back out. Yeah, you have like that, then you let go, swing over, retract, grab, do this, and... oh yeah, all products must be placed. Yeah, I'm guessing this... Or, oh right, I forgot to let go. Yeah, that works, okay. Yeah, I think I, like... I don't know, I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, I think I'll end the stream there for now. Goodbye everyone, hope you enjoyed.